Hello, students, and we are into week number 4 of our course here within travel and tourism. And just a few things that I want to cover here before we actually get into week 4. I want to talk about timeliness and I want to talk about being prompt. What I've noticed with the week 3 material is that the participation when it comes to the discussion activities have kind of diminished a little bit. I want to keep everyone in mind is that those discussion activities, you're doing those to earn points. So it's a type of assignment that I'm giving everyone to answer those discussion questions and also reply back to at least one of their peers per discussion question on a weekly basis. So keep that in mind is that you want to complete those discussion activities. As you know already, those discussion activities happen to be due on a Thursday night, every Thursday night at 11:59. So make sure that you are engaging in that, as this is a 7.5 week course, and we are halfway done with the course already, believe it or not, as we are officially going into week number 4. So don't look at the point necessarily, the points that you're getting. I know that some students may tend to do that, and they may think that it may not matter because those points may be lesser weighted in terms of how it applies to your overall final grade compared to the main assignments of the course and any quizzes or exams that I may give you within this course as well. So keep it in mind, you want to complete everything within a timely manner, because per the blurb of the syllabus, and I mention this again, as is written in the blurb, every time when an assignment is late, that is a 10% reduction daily. Not weekly, but daily, 10% is taken off. So let's say, for example, if you happen to be a week behind on an assignment, you probably would get a 0 on it. If I don't hear anything from you, if you have not made any efforts to contact me to let me know that you're going to be late, or whatever the circumstances may be surrounding on why you did not submit the assignment within a timely manner. So, just not that I'm not trying to badger anyone, but just a reminder here is that within a timely manner, you want to engage in all discussion question activities along with completing the weekly assignment that is also due on Saturday night. And of course, the protocol is this. Once the course opens up, you can go in, meaning the new week, and you can look at the materials. First thing I expect for everyone to do is to look at my video instruction, what you're viewing now, because it kind of gives you enlightenment in terms of what we're going to cover for the new week. Then you want to get into your readings in the textbook. Also, look over my written lecture that I write out here, because the written lecture, I'm just kind of further elaborating and I'm kind of ad-libbing on the material that you would find within your text. And I'm just kind of giving you more input, more knowledge as it relates to what we're discussing. So just a reminder here, make sure that you look at the written textbook readings, look at also the lecture materials, and at liberty as well, the PowerPoints are also provided by the publisher that's based off of the textbook, and I also provide links as well too that's centered around some of the topics of discussion that we happen to be engaging in within the given week. With that being said, let's get into what we're going to do for week number 4. Okay, we're talking about accommodations and lodging, and we're talking about food and beverage and how that's connected to lodging. So when we think about lodging, okay, what type of facility are we going to stay in? Would it be a hotel? Would it be a motel? Would it be a timeshare? Would it be a resort? Depending on the individual and their desired destination of travel. One of the things that we need to realize is that the lodging is a very important and vital part of the travel package. There are a lot of things that travelers happen to look for. Okay, they look for amenities, for example. If it's a hotel, is there a swimming pool? Is there a jacuzzi? Is there a restaurant connected? Is there an exercise room? Okay, also the different types of rooms, king size, queen size, double. Okay, and most of all, okay, the economic needs, the affordability. Of course, with an upscale restaurant, or with, I'm sorry, not restaurant, but with an upscale hotel, as well as a luxury hotel, you're going to pay more for a nightly rate because of everything that's offered and also the branding as well too of the luxury hotel as well as the resort. Whereas maybe with a motel, you will find a much cheaper rate. But however, though, with a motel, you will probably get lesser amenities. So if you're looking to travel on the budget side, you definitely would probably may want to choose a motel over a hotel or a resort if you're looking at it to be economical in terms of cost. So those are some of the things that the traveler looks for when actually putting together the overall travel package when they are planning their trip. So just think about that. Think about that material as we go into our discussion activities for the week and as you also engage within the readings. Now, one of the things that within maybe a luxury hotel or resort, you may not find this in the motel. I doubt it seriously. Or I would even say maybe, for example, if you travel over to Europe, okay, they have places called hostels. And I know that some of you all remember the movie Hostel. We're not talking about that. We're not talking about that gory movie. But hostels are like group rooms over in Europe where people actually stay. Okay, you're staying with more than one person. Okay, probably within the room. All right, but it is for the enthusiasts, okay, that like to travel overseas in Europe. And they may be looking, okay, for something that's more affordable in cost. Okay, no hostels really here in the United States that I know of. I've never heard of a hostel being here, but that's mainly something within Europe if you happen to go over there within that continent and travel to various countries. So food and beverage, just think about the appeal of a city and what it may be known for in terms of eateries, in terms of cuisines. And I just kind of gave some examples here within my red lecture that I provided for everybody. Chicago's known for their Chicago-style hot dogs with everything on it. And also New York is known for their deep dish pizza along with other things. Forrest Gump, as a matter of fact, the movie Forrest Gump, if you remember that movie, if anyone has seen that movie, okay, Bubba Gump Shrimp Company, okay, because it was a part of the movie where Forrest Gump, with a friend of his that he served in the army with, well, what they did was they started a shrimp company, and you happen to see those within New York City. So one of the popular places for food and beverage, along with the deep dish pizza, is to go to the Bubba Gump Shrimp Company when you visit New York City. So travel and discovery can be actually linked, okay, to a different type of food or beverage. So think about that. Also think about how the travel expenditures, what's spent on a trip. It says that 25% of travel expenditures are spent on food services by tourists. All right, so food can be a very important thing, okay? It does attribute to the overall experience of the travel destination. So reading forward, when it comes to food and beverage, okay, we have to look at the side of the supplier, or the one that owns the establishment. Okay, and we've allowed different techniques such as refrigeration and freezing. Okay, technology has evolved, okay, to where you may find the ability now to be able to store and transport food items, okay, in a more portable way, meaning that you do not need to have a full established brick and mortar place where you have to keep your food items in storage. And then also it kind of talks about in the readings too how farmers are actually able to engage in technology and how there's opportunity cost when it comes to distributing food connected to travel as well. So as we are moving down here, let me get into the assignments that are due for the week. Okay, so you have your discussions that are due, and this week it's going to be 2. You're going to have 2 discussion questions. The first one, I want you to think about strategy types as it pertains, okay, to loyal guest. And I want you to come up with an example for each strategy that you would implement for the guests to keep them loyal to come to your lodging establishment. So put yourself in a position of being the one that is the manager or that owns the lodging establishment. The second discussion question, I want everybody, and this is a reflective, I'd like to do a lot of reflective questions. Think about the last time you stayed in a place for lodging and you ate at the restaurant establishment. Now, if you have never done that, I want you to seek out someone who has, like a family member, a friend, or associate, and let them share their experiences. If you have not had that experience already, talk about the quality of food, talk about the setting, okay, the ambiance of the place, and also talk about the pricing of the actual restaurant that was connected to the hotel or the lodge where you actually stayed at when you traveled. So these are due, of course, Thursday night. Your discussion activities will be due then. Let me get back here to the main shell of week 4. And the next thing that you will want to do is the one quiz that we are going to have. There will be a final exam in this class that will come in the final half and week of this course, but you do have a quiz. And this is covering chapters 1 through 8. So the material that we've already covered, including this week. Okay. You have a total of, here we go. Let me just go back here. It's a total, of 13 questions. And you have up to 16 points that you can earn within taking this quiz. So your week 4 quiz is going to be due on Friday night, next Friday night, November 11th at 11:59 p.m. That's when you want to take the quiz. And then finally, let me get into the last objective here. Your week 4 assignment, okay, which is going to be due next Saturday night. Okay, I want you to prepare a menu for a restaurant establishment that's connected to a hotel. You're going to put yourself in the role for the restaurant manager, and this is what I want you to do. I want you to come up with items. I want you to come up with what you're going to have on your menu. So this is what you need to do. Come up with at least 8 main course items. Come up with at least 8 appetizers, at least 6 desserts. Make a reference if you're going to serve alcohol or not. And then come up with at least 6 non-alcoholic drinks. Okay, so what you're going to do is you're going to put this in a Word document as if you're writing a paper. But I want you to use bullet points, okay, for each category. All right, so you're going to have bullet points for your main course items, bullet points for your appetizers, bullet points for your desserts. Also, if you're going to serve alcohol, you can actually create. Give me a few names of some alcoholic beverages that you would serve. And then also give me 6 non-alcoholic drinks. This will be due Saturday night. Next Saturday night, November 12th. That will be when your assignment is due for week number 4. Okay, just a reminder, everyone, okay, look into the signature assignment, which is due the final half a week. I actually did cover that last week. I'm not going to go over that this week. And it's regarding your overseas project. You're going to want to start doing the research right now, little by little, bit by bit, putting that project together that is going to be due in the final half week of the course. So, of course, this is my availability here to reach out to me if you have any questions when I'm available by phone as well as when you can text me. All right, everyone. Enjoy the rest of your weekend. This is Professor Javier Black signing off, and I'll talk to you soon.